I don't know, but I would, if the Lord put me in charge, I would get the federal government out of education in a heartbeat.
If the Lord put you in, no, baby, this is government. The Lord is not to be found here in this building, because we have the separation, you see, of the Lord and government. Anyway, Virginia Foxx from North Carolina is a monster who has spent her life trying to defund public education, and in her later years, it seems, spends a lot of her time being incredibly confused.
Madam Chair, there was an amendment, you probably recall this, about a month ago. I think it was a month ago. Time has flown by here the last couple of months. To abolish the Department of Education. I think it was to terminate the Department of Education. Did you vote for that amendment?
I'm sorry, I don't remember that amendment.
There was an amendment during a bill that you brought before this committee regarding sports in Title IX. I believe 164 Republicans voted for it, and I'm wondering if you were among them.
I don't know, but I would, if the Lord put me in charge, I would get the federal government out of education in a heartbeat.
Okay, first of all, imagine claiming you don't remember about a bill you proposed only a month ago. I don't remember, but no matter what, if the Lord put me in charge, I would just abolish public education and only the people who can afford private education get a good education. But yeah, no, that amendment to that bill that you're mentioning, geez, no, I don't remember it, even though I did vote on it.
My understanding is you voted for this amendment to terminate the Department of Education. That's consistent with what you just said in terms of, if you had your ability to do that, you'd abolish it. And if that's the case, I'm not sure why you keep bringing bills to this committee to give the Department of Education and the Secretary of Education more powers over local schools in North Carolina and every other state in the country. It is an odd way to remove the federal government from education policy, but that's your prerogative as chair, and I'm not going to get in your way. With that, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back the balance of my time.
I don't support the government in education at all. Unless, of course, the government is doing things that that I like and approve of. In that case, then I do like it, and I will vote for it. Oh, what's that? You said that's contradictory? I seem confused, like I want two different things? That's ridiculous.
North Carolina seek recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to House Resolution 906, I call up Bill H.R. 5.
Lady will suspend. Does the gentlewoman have a general leave request?
I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 days to revise and extend their remarks.
She's never been confused or forgetful a day in her life. How could she possibly be contradictory? But what's more concerning is just how she seems to hate everyone. She's such an evil, hateful kind of individual to be in our government. She's consistently incredibly rude. She wants to defund all public education. She hates migrants. She'll do anything to stop the opposition to things that progress racism in this country. And like a lot of hard right conservative politicians, she hates when you point out the truth.
Johnson, you helped lead the efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. Will you...
Next question.
You know what's absolutely crazy is I didn't even notice Boebert was in that shot because Virginia Foxx was just like taking up, she was working the screen. She should have been an actor because she really owns the entire screen. That shut up was just so visceral. The reporter didn't even get to ask her question. All she did was point out a fact to set up her question, and just that subtle head shake, and his attack dogs went to town. He did, by the way, help try and overturn the election results. But how dare you point out the truth, that you liberal? You liberals, and pointing out legislation that has racist rhetoric in it.
Now, I know none of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle will admit to being racist. And I don't think they are. But when you look at the rhetoric and you hear the talking points and look at the legislation that's put forward, what are we to say?
The gentleman will suspend. I want to remind the gentleman that you cannot engage in characterizing the other members' positions or calling their position, engaging in personality characterizations.
Who gave her that gavel? Someone take that thing away from her, because she was really just wailing away on that thing, and it was not required. He had stopped talking. It's like she thought the more she banged it on the table, the more seriously she would be taken. He literally said, I don't think my colleagues are racist, but the rhetoric is racist and that needs to be acknowledged. And she was like, you bang, 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 you can't make those generalizations. He didn't. He literally gave a disclaimer. She just wanted an excuse to beat that thing on the table. Also, here's another fun one. Do you guys remember when those Republican lawmakers decided to take a bunch of migrants and just ship them across the country, and they didn't tell anyone that, hey, we're bringing migrants? They didn't prepare them. They didn't give them notice or time. They just dropped them off. When she was asked, do you think that was a bad, mean thing to do to people? This was her response.
What I condemn is the fact that the Biden administration is totally lawless. It does absolutely.
So you're not going to answer my question.
No, I'm
Well, I mean, the answer is yes or no. It's not
The border
complicated.
is totally open, and the governors are doing what they can do to deal with the millions of people coming into this country illegally.
So you think it's okay to take a group of human beings, not tell them where they're going, put them on an airplane, and then drop them off in front of the vice president's house?
It's okay to treat people like that because the Biden administration is lawless. And didn't you know? Immigrants are less than human, just like poor people who want an education. Didn't know much about Virginia Foxx before this video? Here's your crash course that you didn't ask for and why she is such a monster. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out some of my content that isn't news or politics related, you can check out my personal YouTube channel at Bad Gamer Wyatt. And until then, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.